Cleopatra and his people, as they went from town to town to town, they marched everywhere. Large plantations of yam, large plantations of corn, large plantations of cotton, large plantations of indigo. You know what indigo is? The plant from which our women got dye for dyeing clothes. Large plantations of indigo. And they finally concluded in their writing, we are dealing here with a phenomenally industrious nation. We are dealing with a very industrious nation. They said, these are an unusually hospitable people. You see, our people had never seen a white man before, except our people who lived on the coast. But in the interior, we had never seen white men before. So, as the Cleopatra and his group came, crowds of people would go and gather and watch them as they sat under a tree in the marketplace. And they said, but they will gather there and see us. They are surprised to see us. We are white, we are different. But nobody, in no town or village, did anybody say any rude thing to us. There was no rudeness. There was a desire to help. In one place, Cleopatra was tired, sat by the roadside, not in the town. A Yoruba man rode his horse to the point, came down and said, what's the trouble? Leader, I want you to and so on. You know, our leader is tired and so on. He said, can he ride a horse? Yeah. He said, okay, let him come and ride my horse. Put him on his horse and took him to the next town. That's who we are. In one place, one of the white men became very sick, apparently some very harsh attack of malaria, and he was shivering and so on. So they went and called the local Babalawo, the town's Babalawo, and he came and looked at him and went back home. I went and brought some medication and gave it to him to drink. They wrote in their memo, in their travel journal, after he drank the potion, his sickness disappeared like a miracle. Yoruba had very highly developed knowledge of medicine, of our own medicine. Me and my family, me and my wife and my children, our only two houses. There was nothing like that in Yoruba land. In every town and city, our ancestors lived in large family compounds called Agboile. The Agboile was one large building with different courtyards, with living house quarters in it. Sometimes there were as many as 50 families or 60 families in a large Agboile. We built those structures. So you ask yourself, how did the people who did not have machines, who did not have bulldozers and cranes and so on, how did they manage to build these humongous family compounds? How? I grew up in one. And when I was young, in the town where I was raised, there were only a few modern houses just coming. Everything was family compound after family compound after family compound. So you ask yourself, how did they build this family compound? What was the technology? When you ask that question, you are jumping into another area of our culture that is unique. We are a people who mastered the art of collaboration. We Yoruba people mastered the art of collaboration. And Yoruba man in any meeting, whether it's the meeting of the family or the meeting of an traditional association of age grade or professional organization like hunters organization or whatever, when there is a meeting holding, any member, every member has a right to speak. To speak. And once you are speaking, you are listening to respectfully. You are listening to. And when, even if you are a child, we Yoruba say ọmọdé ńlọ́gbọ́n, àgbà ńlọ́gbọ́n, la fi dálẹ̀ Ifẹ̀. That's our first kingdom. Ọmọdé ńlọ́gbọ́n, àgbà ńlọ́gbọ́n. Whether you are young or you are old, you have a little wisdom of yours to contribute. And you have to be allowed to contribute it. That's our culture. The result is that the Yoruba man knew that he is one of the rulers of the land. He is one of the selectors of the people who rule the land. And that if he stands up in any meeting, even before the king, he is free to say whatever he wants to say. And nobody can touch him. In fact, we had a traditional festival in every town, during which the ordinary people go about drink a lot of palm wine, make a lot of noise, eat a lot of good food, and abuse the king and the chiefs. Yeah. Just say what you want to say about them. Holy God. One day, they celebrated one in Ibadan here when Kobe Owu was the Olubadan. And the young men were going around saying, Kobe Owu so power, Kobe Owu didn't have that disease. They just wanted to abuse him. 2 days later, Tribune people went to see him, and Kobe Owu said, "Hey, young man, Tribune, so power." That's, you are free to say anything, and the authorities have no power to interfere with you. You go stand in front of the palace, and you abuse the Yoruba. And then he's only, and so on. That's how free we were. The Yoruba people from the beginning, the ones who created the first kingdoms, knew that human beings can be wicked, human beings can be weak, and begin to do crooked things and disrupt these orderly states that were kingdoms that were creating. So they created a powerful institution to guard the conduct and behavior of rulers and chiefs. That institution became known as Ogoni or Oshibo in some places. Everybody who was important in society was expected to be a member of Ogoni. You have to join. And the day you are joining, you are taking some of the most fearful oaths in your life. Oaths of honesty, oath of fairness, oath of decency, and so on. So you take all those oaths and you become a member of Ogoni. Now, if somebody then begins to complain that you've done something to them, ordinary people, you are supposed to be fair in your handling of ordinary people. If anybody then complains against you to say that you cheated them, or you have lied, or you have stolen their property, or you have taken their wife, or such thing, then Ogoni will try you. They usually had a place of their meeting called Iledi. They will try you there. Listen, it doesn't matter who's trying you. It could be your own brother who is appointed to try you. With your brother, and he will sit there. It doesn't matter who it is, because everybody lives under the powerful oaths. The man who is sitting there to judge you is not going to show favor to you. he cannot. He's under oath to do only what is true. And you who stand before him to answer, you cannot lie, because you are under powerful oaths that prevents you from lying. So it's openness all the way. And if we then listen to you and they find you guilty, well, more or less what happens to another then happens to you. And when the person judging the case says, Baba, your life is over. For one thing, we immediately adopted the electoral system and we ran it better than anywhere else. We in the western region of the time, we never feared that anyone was going to rig our election. Rig the election. We had the stories of elections being rigged in other parts of Nigeria, candidates being arrested by local government or police and being locked up and beaten up so that they will not stand against some people. We never had such things in the western region. Never. Oh, there was a lot of tough campaigning for it. And even Chief Awolowo had an opponent in his own village who wanted to beat him there, tried to beat him there. And here in Ibadan, one of our most charismatic politicians, Chief Awolowo could never beat him here. No way. No matter what Chief Awolowo did, give the people free education, give water, give them something. When election comes, Alhaji Adeleke knew how to get the people excited and go and vote for him, and vote for Awolowo. And there were many other towns like that. In Ilesha, Chief Olofoyegu, and so on. They will beat the Awolowo candidate easily. Yeah. But nobody tried to use the power of government to pervert the votes of the people. Never. In fact, in 1954, federal election 1954, the opposition party led by Alhaji Adeleke beat the Chief Awolowo's action group in the western region. We are a freedom-loving people. We've been selecting our own rulers from the beginning of time. For at least 1,000 years, we know that from the foundation of Ife, which is our oldest city. We've been selecting our own rulers. We've been selecting our kings and selecting our chiefs. When a chief died, the people in the compound will hold meetings and wrangle and abuse one another and fight, and finally select somebody. One is selecting is their chief. That's the way we rule ourselves. So we were a prosperous people. We were not poor. We are poor today because once in Owo, when I was doing research, I was talking about all these things, etc. And one old woman sat. I was talking to a chief, and his wife, his mother, sat near us. She listened. She said, "Hello, mommy, that's me. Hello, mommy. Ẹkùn ló dààmú Ọlọ́run tó wò kì í ṣajákájá." You hear that, you can become emotional. Ẹkùn ló dààmú Ọlọ́run tó wò kì í ṣajákájá. We are not used to poverty as a nation. We are not used to poverty. We are living today in poverty that we have never seen before. And we must find our ways out of it quickly before we get used to it.